Sacre bleu.
Excuse me? All just...
I'm...
Thanks. Think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Under Duke Raymond's rule, such troubles were simply unimaginable.
Am I invisible?
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Well, well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. Not all bad. Just one other detail.
A mask?
All who attend the Mandragora's...
Any idea why they wear masks?
Likely because they... The truth is far...
Let's go. Swap.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. How do we find the Cintrian? Have you...
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right. Right.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragoras. Tonight,
Tell us about these...
This evening, the first...
Shit.
Luckily, you are...
Visual illusions.
The third and fourth.
We were really hoping to meet...
You are admirers, I surmise.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this...
I don't know.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kavir...
Meaning?
Cecilia
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
The residence belongs to... Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black...
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Koviri Orchid. Let's look for it.
Be bold. Show us the artist in you. Great God.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Well, you are not an artist.
I got it! It's the Sorito!
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
Blue blood is all ice.
Yellow. Why is it yellow?
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Should you tire of these hues, drop them in the pail and grab a different one. Quite the noble color. Splendid!
The sky over Toussaint before a storm.
Or a deeply internalized fear of intimacy.
Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
That green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
To vines and to wine!
Composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
Scarlet crimson monster.
Full sensory ardence.
Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance. Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
I've built up a pretty powerful resistance.
This is Let's go. Your boards, as you've made no effort to understand. It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence. A metaphor. What else will they think of? If they can't agree, they want to cut the lines. Adieu, the constant struggle.
It must be someone famous, I tell you. Such talent.
Do not disturb. Of course it is.
Need to talk to your...
To me?
Lie still.
We came here to meet
To meet
Centrian Noble.
Centrian Noble.
Orchid, confused.
I told you not to.
As she concluded,
Really like to talk.
like many here,
Know where he might be now?
he gave Cecilia a...
Excuse me, madame.
Must be someone exceptional.
Need I remind you that neither do
Let's look by the refreshments.
Empty heart-shaped ball. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Sintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Color is sponge.
Hit of Fistek. Artist's way of numbing their existential pain.
I do not even wish to comment.
It must be someone famous, I think.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
This was scratched. Someone beat him with it once.
Welcome.
Besides, have you not heard the news?
Have I not heard? Great.
Aren't they even?
Look, lanterns. They say releasing them brings good luck.
Sorry, only art.
Come. We must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace,
Shh. Not so loud.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can...
Of course.
Looking for Cecilia.
She's in her dressing room. Where's...
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered. A black beard peeping out from under...
That must be him. We must get to the direct.
Yes, Your Grace.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs. That must be Cecilia.
No pulse. We're too late. Didn't go out the door.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after...
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Must be pretty strong, too. Must have climbed this ladder. Could still be hunting knife. Need to stay ornamented. Used during the fight, probably. Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, and sank to the floor. Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out? Fall out? Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it? Bloodstains. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like. Jewelry box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably. Legs of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this. Must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace? Seems there was a struggle. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Sentry and They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
And ended up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail. I caught him red-handed, attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand.
Fell out of the window.
Just so.
None too wise picking a fight with an armed robber.
Why? Because a hairpin might look like mere ornament, but plunged into an eye, it can be as effective.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how...
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Claim the man was trying to rob you when you...
Yes. He stood over my...
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did...
I bought it, many years...
Jewel seems important. Why?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years.
Seems someone is very determined to find it.
The heart of Toussaint.
So... Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate...
Duntine. Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick...
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service. Roderick is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of
Oriana, Everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel.
Discretion is in the interest of us all.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a...
You must excuse me a moment.
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense...
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be... She left court when we were children.
What did your sister do to get banished?
Siana was... cursed.
Parents run afoul of...
No. She was born at an inopportune moment.
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded,
She was angry at the whole world. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a... In the end, they forced her to leave the palace.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather... possessive.
Here, that's normal for sisters.
True. I suppose I gave as... The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like... But I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an idiot, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen. Or recovered. It's my sister.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going...
Your mission has gained new import. No matter what she did, she...
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the Witch's Hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis. Witcher, I hear you know Regis too. Even that you are...
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of...
Curious. It seems opposites really do.
Don't be fooled, dear.
You said you're both aiding him with his... Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity.
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see, sword in hand.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might
For killing. Though at times there is no choice when loved ones are...
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would...
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trade for now.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively in...
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me...
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher, and the Duchess of Toussaint?
My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you...
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men.
Oriana. She really...
I met her years ago. Before I met you. And before she...
But I shall tell you all about...
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence.
Mm-hmm. Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are.
That's splendid news.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there, too.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing.
Splendid. You're back.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem.
Regis. Gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish.
Your Grace. Always...
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. You have exceptional friends.
Don't know him too well. He say much?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet.
So what's his?
Sensitive. Sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy.
Didn't expect the...
Neither did I.
Mm-hmm.
I've decided my guardsman. It stands along the Saône-Retour River. Captain de la Tour and his...
Bloody hell.
Doth one know? Sloth doth one gratify.